Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now August 12th of 2025, and given that Meghan Markle is still desperately trying to expand her acting career as a actress, quote-unquote, within Hollywood, within the film industry, and studio after studio just wants nothing to do with Meghan Markle at all, or any more at all to begin with. But one thing is for sure is that we already know that some studios out there, like NBC for example, and among others, are actually still in the process of negotiating with her, and it's already turning out to be a total disaster. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01, and thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Meghan Markle right now is that we know that she will negotiate, and she will negotiate hard as long as she gets some kind of a role, whether it's a cameo role or some kind of a host or judge position on an upcoming game show or whatever it may be. That's exactly what she is trying to land over at NBC, but the biggest one of all has a lot to do with SNL, Saturday Night Live, and this is where it really begins to go downhill even further. Now, one thing about Meghan Markle is that we already know that her pregnancy video created a lot of outrage from the general public. It created tons of backlash, and rightfully so, based on how absurd it really was. But focusing on this, I think it really does top it off when it comes to how worse you can actually get as long as you keep trying to negotiate with executives over at NBC, for example. However, this is where it really begins to go out of control. Now, one thing specifically is that with Meghan Markle already going through serious backlash within Hollywood after multiple studios have decided to reject her outright, one major development going on now involves more to do with Meghan Markle's secret video and how it was recently uncovered, and details have leaked surrounding it that are already creating backlash from those close to her. Now, it turns out that Meghan Markle has been trying to either land a major appearance on SNL and or to convince the NBC executives to allow her and Harry to write a certain skit for SNL and to have the actors take over. It turns out that NBC has been holding on to a video that Meghan Markle submitted that NBC executives recently discovered after those higher-ups in the corporate ladder connected to Lorne Michaels rejected Meghan's script some weeks ago. Now, this video turned out to be a SNL skit of Meghan Markle's own pregnancy that was created by Meghan Markle herself, where she is dancing and lip-syncing to one of Sabrina Carpenter's songs. Meghan Markle in this video was used as a video audition of some kind, so to speak, that was sent to NBC weeks ago and contained Meghan Markle taking shots at critics. This is how, where she is dancing with a baby bump on top of a table, followed by a very large pillow falling out from under her shirt. Now, this skit was then followed by some of Meghan Markle's friends, quote-unquote, that also stood on top of the table with baby bumps dancing to Sabrina Carpenter's song, followed by them also taking out a very large pillow from under their shirts. Now, the video also utilized green screen techniques later on, where Meghan and her friends were dancing to other known performers' music like Katy Perry Fireworks, where baby bumps are seen with fireworks in the background, followed by more pillows being shown where they are swinging the pillows around, followed by feathers flying everywhere in the sky to Katy Perry's Fireworks song. Now, guys, let me just say one thing about this. Now, the reason why Meghan Markle tried to participate in this SNL skit and tried to get it approved by NBC is that she wanted to actually take shots at critics to basically show that she has a sense of humor, that she has a way of actually creating self-deprecating humor. That's basically what she was trying to do, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Now, this was indeed reportedly Meghan Markle's way to get back at critics and to show them that she can utilize self-deprecating humor about the criticism related to her pregnancy video months and months ago. Now, the main reason why SNL shot this idea down, get this, was that 1, they didn't find it funny at all, and 2, she didn't have the rights to both Sabrina Carpenter and Katy Perry's songs. NBC executives, though they are still working on bringing her on a game show as a host, they also outright rejected this SNL proposal outright. Now, Meghan Markle informed NBC executives to keep this video audition shut and closed in NBC studios and locked away. However, the drama surrounding the audition video spread like wildfire throughout the entire studio, and many contacts connected to NBC learned about this SNL proposal that came from Meghan Markle that was going to be used as a tool, so to speak, to show that she supposedly can take criticism in a humorous and funny way. Now, guys, let me just say one thing about this. I don't find this funny at all, one bit, based on the details and the description of what she submitted to NBC. Nor do I find her original pregnancy video funny at all. I thought it was very cringeworthy, very outrageous, and just so abysmal. But one thing about her that we have learned throughout the years is that we already know that Meghan Markle is really just desperately trying to stay relevant in Hollywood. She is desperately trying to actually cling to any kind of a Hollywood role that she can grab onto at this point. And that's exactly why more studios are beginning to wake up. They don't want to deal with personalities like Meghan Markle, like Rachel Zegler, or George Clooney, or Robert De Niro. All of these actors and actresses that cause nothing but trouble or create a lot of internal backlash. The reason why this created and sparked internal backlash over NBC is that it really was that offensive to even some NBC executives out there, and that's exactly why even Lorne Michaels wanted nothing to do with this SNL skip proposal by Meghan Markle. Now, one thing is for certain here is that we already know that with Love Meghan Season 2, it is going to be a ratings disaster. You know, nobody wants to see that. I think that a lot of people have, you know, a very logical mind out there to not see this actual show. But one thing about all of this is that, continuing on, Meghan Markle was reportedly very offended when NBC executives shot down her SNL proposal. They even rejected other actors and comedians to recreate this parody video of the pregnancy that she had submitted. Some NBC executives even found it to be offensive and something that would lose their own viewership and audience. And you know what? I think that it's safe to say, and I think some of you out there will agree and disagree with me, but SNL, for many years now, it really hasn't been that funny at all. I really don't find it funny at all. And this would have really been a big example of proof that SNL just doesn't really know what they're doing when it comes to comedy. It's not like how it was in the 80s and the 90s at minimum. I think that after the 90s, it really fell off a cliff. One thing is for certain is that this is a right decision that NBC made, and the fact that they have this audition proposal by Meghan Markle, I would be very interested to see if they ever utilized it in a certain way in the future, you know, when they actually have any kind of content that they have to create. Now, one thing about this is that we know that Meghan Markle is going to try to pitch a lot of things to different studios, whether it's NBC or if it's any other Hollywood studio or network out there. She wants to keep going. She wants to do whatever she has to do, and she admitted to this a couple weeks ago that she's not stopping, she's not backing down, and we already know that she has a big connection with Ted Sarandos. Regardless of his, you know, frustrations with her, she has something over at Ted Sarandos, alright? She's convinced him to do multiple things over at Netflix, and even the biggest one of all, to greenlight specific projects as well. But one thing about all of this is that we already know that NBC, alright, when it comes down to SNL, this would have absolutely destroyed any reputation left, any kind of credibility that SNL has left for creating comedic material and humorous material on a network like that. And I'm actually glad that they skipped past this SNL proposal by Meghan and Harry. But overall, I would love to hear what everyone has to say about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.